A young man, Trevor Resnick, walks to his window and lights a cigarette. He then rolls up a carpet with a body hidden inside, drags it to his truck, and drives out to the shore. When he pushes it toward the water, the bundle unravels on its own, exposing what lies within. A man carrying a flashlight steps up behind Trevor and asks him who he really is. He turned with his eyes wide open.
Who are you?
The next moment, Trevor is back in his apartment, scrubbing his hands with bleach. The stranger's flashlight now rests on a table. When he glances at the mirror, he notices a sticky note on the wall that reads, "Who are you?" And his mind drifts back to how all of this began. He remembers spending a night with a woman named Stevie. She remarks on his frighteningly thin frame, saying he's close to disappearing. She even offers to cook him breakfast, but Trevor insists he has to leave for work. He tips her generously before heading out.
If you were any thinner, you wouldn't exist.
Still got half an hour. I could fix you some eggs.
I'm tired. But thanks.
At the factory, he started working on a machine. As he's doing so, he witnesses a supervisor scolding a worker named Miller for shutting down a machine to clean it. Trevor speaks up, pointing out that safety regulations require it, which forces the supervisor to let it slide. Still, Trevor is warned that he has now made it onto the supervisor's bad side. When the shift ended, his coworkers gathered, talking in the locker room. They then invite him to poker night, but Trevor refuses as usual.
Yo, Resident, you up for some cards tonight?
Damn, got plans.
Shit, see, this nigga say the same thing every poker night. Man, what's up with you? You used to be all right.
Later that night, Trevor drives to the airport diner where he often stops for coffee. The waitress Maria greets him warmly and teases that he's so thin that he might vanish. Trevor brushes off the strange sense of déjà vu and chats with her instead.
If you were any thinner, you wouldn't exist.
She brings him pie to help him put on weight and even suggests that loneliness is his real illness. Trevor tells her that he's fine as long as she keeps him company. He finishes his coffee, tips well, but leaves the pie untouched.
What else do you know about me?
Everyone gets lonely, Trevor. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Back home, he sat in front of his TV. He tries reading until the book slips from his hand, startling him awake. He weighs himself and finds he is down to 121 pounds. He writes the number on a sticky note and adds it to the growing collection of weights on his wall, each lower than the last. He then crouches down to scrub the bathroom floor with bleach, draining the bottle until nothing is left. He makes a note to buy more and sticks it to the fridge. The next day, his boss calls him into the office, concerned about his condition. They even ask if he's been using drugs. Trevor insists he's fine, but he's still asked to provide a urine sample for testing.
What's this about?
Frankly, I'm concerned about you. Yeah.
I've had a lot on my mind lately.
You want to see the doctor?
It's not necessary. I'm fine, really.
Are you doing drugs, Resnick?
I need to ask you for a UA.
After a shift, Trevor steps outside to smoke. In his car, he leans back in his seat, trying to rest. But a red car pulls up beside him. Behind the wheel is a man named Ivan. Ivan introduces himself as a coworker who usually works in the pit with Reynolds, which might explain why Trevor hasn't seen him before. Their small talk ends quickly, and when Ivan drives off, Trevor notices the man's unusual boots.
Look like rain. You on the first shift?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm Ivan.
Trevor.
I guess I better be getting back. I hear that Tucker guy can be a real prick.
You got that right.
I'll see you around.
Exhausted, Trevor later visits Stevie but is too drained to do anything but lie down. As they talk, he tells her that he hasn't slept in a year. When her ex-boyfriend calls and interrupts, she brushes him off and mutters that he's a lunatic.
Everyone gets insomnia now and then.
I haven't slept in a year.
Jesus Christ. My ex is a fucking psycho. You're my best client. Can't afford to lose ya.
The following day, Miller asks Trevor to help him with a machine, assuring him the safety lock is engaged. Distracted, Trevor keeps glancing around the workshop. He spots Ivan nearby, who suddenly makes a throat-slitting gesture. Startled, Trevor moves back and accidentally switches on the machine, trapping Miller's arm. No matter how much they try, it's too late. Miller loses the limb.
Hey, what? Kill it, will ya? It's not working. God damn it! That's shit! God!
Trevor looks around for Ivan, but the man has disappeared. Back at home, Trevor repeats his routine. Bleach on his hands, vomiting from stress, and another weigh-in. This time, 119 pounds. At dinner, he opens a letter warning of overdue bills and risks of losing power. He writes a note reminding himself to pay, but when he goes to stick it to the fridge, he finds a piece of paper already pinned there. Uneasy, he decides to deliver rent money to Mrs. Shrike and casually asks if she's seen anyone unusual around the building. She hasn't.
Have you noticed anyone hanging around my apartment?
Unusual?
Oh, never mind. Mrs. Shrike. Sorry to disturb you so late. Good night.
When Trevor searches for him, he finds nothing, which only worsens his confusion. Disoriented, he heads to the airport diner for his usual coffee. Maria wonders why he drives so far just for that. Their conversation drifts to Mother's Day, and Trevor admits his mother died years ago. She told him she lost her mother too. He told her the sadness he felt when he was picking up his mother's dress. She invites him to join her and her son at the amusement park.
Got plans for Mother's Day?
I'm taking my little boy to the amusement park. How about you?
Cemetery.
I lost mine too.
What's weird is it didn't hit me until I picked out her burial dress.
How about spending the day with me and Nicholas after the cemetery?
Meanwhile, things at the factory grow tense. His colleagues treat him with suspicion and even tell him they don't want him around.
I don't feel too comfortable working with you. You make me nervous. Nobody wants you here.
As he leaves, Trevor spots Ivan pulling away in the red car. Fueled by frustration, he follows until they stop side by side at a traffic light. Trevor demands that Ivan explain the incident to their bosses. Ivan refuses but suggests they talk privately and leads him to a bar. Though Trevor rarely drinks, he orders whiskey and begins asking Ivan questions about work. Ivan avoids answering, instead showing him a deformed hand. When Trevor presses further, saying that no one knows him at work, Ivan insists the others are only playing a cruel joke, pretending he doesn't exist. Ivan steps away to the restroom, leaving his wallet behind. Trevor seizes the chance to look inside and finds a photo of Ivan on a fishing trip with Reynolds. Convinced that his coworkers are plotting against him, Trevor pockets the photo of Ivan and Reynolds and goes home. He calls Reynolds, insisting that he has evidence and plans to use it.
How they biting, Reynolds?
You're drunk, Resnick.
The game's over. I got proof on you. I'm gonna use it.
You better watch your ass, buddy, before you lose it.
In the kitchen, Trevor finds the note altered. The stick figure now has a head and body, with the letters E and R written at the end. Panicked, he heads to Stevie's. She's busy at first, but makes time for him after he pleads for help. Trevor vents about the accident and how the men at the factory seem to be playing cruel games to push him out. He even suspects the word on the hangman note might spell Tucker. She reminds him that if management wanted him gone, they would have already fired him.
Something's happening to me, Stevie.
Oh my God.
Now the guys at work are against me. They want me out, and I don't blame them.
What?
If they wanted you out, they could just fire you.
I'm not worried about being fired.
On Mother's Day, Trevor joins Maria and her son Nicholas at the amusement park. As he photographs them in front of the carousel, he notices a strange glow beside them. He brushes it off, telling Maria it only stirred memories of his childhood visits. When Maria takes a call from her ex, Trevor offers to watch Nicholas and takes him on a ride called Route 666. What starts as a playful haunted attraction quickly becomes grotesque, with scenes of mutilated bodies, hanging corpses, and even a staged car crash.
Looks like someone had a bad crack up. Won't be eating there anytime soon, eh, Nicholas? Jesus. Whoa!
At one point, the riders must choose between paths to salvation or to hell. Nicholas ignores Trevor's request and chooses hell, where the flashing lights trigger a seizure. Trevor carries him out in a panic, shouting for help, until Maria rushes over and calmly explains that the episodes are normal and will pass.
I need some help here! Somebody get a doctor! I swear to God, I don't know what happened!
It's okay.
Later, Trevor drives them home. Maria invites him inside for a drink, while she puts Nicholas to bed. Trevor notices a clownish statue and a glass bowl in the living room that give him a nagging sense of déjà vu. When Maria returns with the wine, she asks why he always tips her so generously. Trevor says it's his way of thanking her for her company. She replies that he doesn't need to buy her attention and suggests they could go see a movie instead. While refilling his glass in the kitchen, Trevor discovers a Mother's Day card with the same stick figure design as the hangman note. Disturbed, he hurries home afterward and digs the discarded note out of the trash. He fills in the blanks with the word mother. Searching through an old photo album, he finds a picture of himself as a child with his mother at the same carousel, standing in nearly the same pose as Maria and Nicholas. The following day, Trevor is assigned to a new machine. Miller arrives one last time to collect his severance pay. Trevor seizes the chance to apologize for what happened. Miller assures him there are no hard feelings.
Where do I begin?
Don't sweat it, kids. There's nothing to say.
Miller, if there's anything I can do.
Forget it. No hard feelings, huh?
Back on the factory floor, Trevor nearly repeats Miller's accident. His arm is caught in the machine, and in desperation, he uses his free hand to reach a tool to put it in the gear and stop it. His coworkers rush to release him, but instead of thanking them, Trevor lashes out. He accuses someone of deliberately setting him up. Reynolds reminds him that he's imagining things, which pushes Trevor to bring up Ivan. He searches his pocket for the photograph that could prove Ivan's existence, but it's gone. Tucker arrives to check on him, and Trevor completely loses control. He shoves his supervisor against a machine ready to attack, until others pull him away. That's when Tucker finally fires him. Back at his apartment, Trevor discovers the power has been cut off. Using a yellow flashlight, he searches for the missing photo but finds nothing. Meanwhile, a dark fluid seeps from the refrigerator unnoticed. He goes back to the bar hoping to find Ivan. Instead, in the restroom, he only sees a couple in a stall. Later, he visits Stevie, who now has a bruise on her face. She shrugs it off as part of her work. After they sleep together, she asks him when he will finally take her out of this life, saying she would give it up if he wanted her to. Trevor lights lanterns to cope with the blackout. He panics when he hears someone forcing the door, but it's only Mrs. Shrike. She complains about a leak and a foul odor seeping into her apartment, convinced it's coming from his. Trevor insists nothing is wrong and sends her away, but when he checks the kitchen, he finds the fridge leaking blood, and the hangman note updated again. New letters have been added, I and L. This time, he decides the answer must be Miller. The following day, Trevor storms to Miller's house and accuses him of revenge for the accident. Miller ignores him until Trevor presses further. Then Miller punches him in the groin and throws him out.
Moments after you left the shop, someone powered up my machine with my arm in it. Accidents happen out of negligence. This happened out of spite. I'm sure you know what revenge means, don't you? F you, Miller! This shit's gonna stop!
Get off my property, punk!
Outside, Trevor spots Ivan in the red car, waiting. Convinced Miller and Ivan are working together, he jumps into his truck and gives chase. On the highway, Trevor manages to get close enough to read the license plate, even noticing someone in the passenger seat. The distraction nearly causes him to collide with a truck. He swerves in time, but his own vehicle breaks down and Ivan speeds away. Frustrated, Trevor goes to the DMV to trace the license plate. The clerk explains that such information is private unless a crime has been committed. Desperate, Trevor hurls himself in front of a moving car to fake an accident.
Take a nap? We're almost time.
Battered but alive, he limps to the police station and files a false report about a hit and run. While waiting, he nearly drifts off to sleep before an officer interrupts him. The cop tells him they checked the license plate and the red car is registered in Trevor's name. It was also reported destroyed a year earlier. Trevor's disorientation deepens at the police station. When the officer reminds him that filling a false report is a crime, he bolts. Two officers chase him down into the subway. He ducks into a manhole, stumbling into the sewers. Faced with a choice between a lit tunnel and a dark one, he avoids the bright path and disappears into the shadows. By nightfall, he's back in his truck, circling his apartment, but the police are outside questioning Mrs. Shrike. He drives instead to Stevie's. She tends to his bruises in the bath and suggests a hospital, but Trevor refuses. He only asks if he can stay the night. She tells him he can stay as long as he wants. Later, while she cooks, Trevor rummages through her closet, tries on clothes left by her clients, and notices a pair of boots identical to Ivan's. He grows even more suspicious when he sees the photo of Ivan and Reynolds in a frame. His paranoia explodes. He accuses Stevie of being Ivan's ex.
Jesus Christ. Trevor.
Don't.
Jesus, Trevor, what's wrong?
This? Ivan? He's your ex, isn't he?
And hiding him nearby to plot revenge. Stevie insists she doesn't know what he's talking about. She explains she found the photo with the tip money he left and assumed he wanted her to keep it. What shocks Trevor most is when she says the man in the photo isn't Ivan at all. It's Trevor himself, standing next to Reynolds. Refusing to accept this, Trevor lashes out, calling her names. Stevie slaps him, orders him out, and calls him a psycho.
Your ex! Ivan!
Who? This guy's standing next to you with a fish?
I'm not in that photo.
Trevor, I'm looking at a picture of you. It's you. Look.
You lying.
You get the out.
Driving away, Trevor convinces himself Stevie has been secretly in touch with Ivan, and that Ivan was the passenger he saw in the red car. He heads to the airport diner, only to discover Maria doesn't exist. Another waitress is there, one who claims she's always served him and that he's barely spoken a word during all his visits. She even thought he might be mute. Trevor creates a scene accusing everyone of being in on the conspiracy before storming out. In the parking lot, he spots Ivan's car and follows it back to his apartment. But this time, Ivan's passenger isn't Stevie, it's Nicholas. Horrified, Trevor tails them inside, where Ivan toys with a knife in front of the mirror. Nicholas is nowhere to be seen. Ivan implies the boy's body is already in the bathroom. Enraged, Trevor attacks. After a violent struggle, he manages to grab the knife and kill Ivan.
You ought to do something about that, faulty memory of yours, pal. Where's your hospitality, partner?
He pulls back the shower curtain, expecting to see Nicholas's body, but the tub is empty. Trevor stumbles to the fridge, throws it open, and finds it filled with rotting fish and spoiled food. It matches the fish in the old photograph, and at last he remembers the truth. The man beside Reynolds was always himself. Back by the lake with the body, Trevor is rolling a body in a carpet and dragging it to the shore. But when the bundle unravels, there's nothing inside. The man with the yellow flashlight, the one who asks Trevor who he really is Ivan.
Who are you?
Back at his apartment, Trevor stares at the note, asking who he is. In the mirror behind him, Ivan appears laughing, and Trevor's memories finally return. A year earlier, while driving his red car, Trevor had fumbled for the lighter and struck Nicholas with the vehicle. The boots, the sunglasses, the car, all of it had always been his. Instead of stopping to help, he fled, leaving Maria to cradle her dying son. Everything since Maria at the diner, Ivan in the factory, and the games with the hangman had been nothing more than guilt playing tricks on his mind. His sleepless nights were born from the same torment. In tears, he completes the hangman puzzle once and for all, writing the word killer in permanent ink. Days later, Mrs. Shrike visits, hearing that Trevor is moving out. She notices boxes filled with items he once imagined belonged to Maria: the glass bowl, the clown statue. Trevor explains they were his mother's belongings. He promises a truck will come for his things and sends her away.
You going somewhere, Mr. Resnick?
Yeah, Mrs. Shrike. It wasn't planned. Something came up.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
I've made arrangements to donate all my things. A truck will be coming by this afternoon.
Well, if you're just gonna give it away.
You'll excuse me.
Afterward, he drives again with Ivan seated beside him, as if still haunting him. At a crossroads, instead of heading toward the airport, he chooses the road back into town. He then walks into the police station and confesses to killing Nicholas. When the officers lock him in a cell, he lies down at last. For the first time in a year, he falls into a peaceful sleep.